Oh, hello there. It's NOOCH, and welcome to day 82 of our free-to-play Supreme Leader Kylo quest. And today we're going to take a little detour from looking at the farming progress and talk about how to win in Squad Arena by using your speed. So let's get right into that. Okay, so you're looking right here at NOOCH's Squad Arena, and this is the first CLS team that NOOCH has run into. And you can see this is a 78,000, almost 79,000 power squad, while NOOCH's squad is 62,000. You can't see it, but it's where it is, trust me. We got a G12 CLS with 2 Zetas on there. We're going to talk about how our speed will enable us to get out in front of that CLS, because we have to. If we don't, if CLS goes before our characters, it's all over. The battle is won. So let's take a look at, by CLS we need Commander Luke Skywalker, right? So I want to look at a couple of abilities here and some reasons we got to get out in front of him. For one, 50% counter chance. So Rebel allies have 50% counter chance. They're going to counter when you attack them. 50% defense and 15% offense. Whenever an enemy resists a detrimental effect, Rebel allies gain 5% turn meter. So CLS does try to put debuffs on. R2 puts debuffs on. I'm trying to think. Chupio, Old Ben, this whole team puts debuffs on. So when those debuffs are resisted, his entire team, all the rebels, are going to gain 5% turn meter. That's a challenge. It binds all things. Whenever Luke resists a detrimental effect, he recovers 5% health and protection. And whenever he inflicts a debuff, he gains 10% turn meter, and other allies gain 5% turn meter. So you have to be careful whenever with Luke gaining debuffs. You got to watch it with that. But here's the other kicker too. Luke gains 10% turn meter whenever another rebel ally takes damage. So we're going to be feeding turn meter to Luke, and we can't really get around it. The only hope we have is to fracture him before he takes a turn. And let's look at his speed. He is at 198 speed. Keep that in mind. 198 speed for Commander Luke Skywalker. The rest of these guys are pretty darn slow. We got some health and protection on Old Ben, but only 127 speed, an extra 15 speed. Stormtrooper Han, we can't let him get going either, because if he taunts, every time he takes a hit, his other allies gain 20% turn meter. We got more turn meter gain right there. And also for his bluff, he's removing turn meter from us, and 25% chance to remove 10% turn meter from each enemy when he gets damaged. So he's removing turn meter from our team while giving it to his team while he is taunting. So we got to avoid that. So he's going to be an early target. But he was really slow. Do we look at his speed? Sorry, I couldn't remember that. 131. So if we can get Luke fractured, we should be able to get out in front of Stormtrooper Han. Here's Chupio. He's modded for offense. He's really slow, but he's going to be assisting every time somebody over there takes a shot. And here's R2. He's modded for speed, but his speed is only 195 as well. So here's what we got to do, guys. Let's look at our team. We need to fracture Commander Luke Skywalker. We need to get out in front and fracture him. So if we look at Thrawn, our Thrawn has 260 speed. Now that's 63 ahead of Commander Luke Skywalker, but keep in mind that if Luke Skywalker takes damage, he's going to be gaining turn meter, 10% turn meter for any rebel that's damaged. And if Luke resists a debuff, he takes more damage, so we're going to be hitting other rebels instead. Now, here's the other issue. With Vader, Vader's actually going to outspeed Thrawn, so Vader's going to go first in this battle. Yeah, he's only 192 here, but he's going to get an extra 8 speed for every Sith and Empire on our team and every Rebel and Jedi on the other team. Well, guess what? That's 8 plus 8 for Vader. That's 16 for Vader himself. That's 16 for Emperor Palpatine. That's 8 for Thrawn and 8 for Sith Empire troopers. So far you got 32 plus 16, 48. On the other team, you get 16 for Old Ben because he's a Rebel and a Jedi, and 8 for the other 4. So that's 32 plus 16, that's 48. It's almost an extra 100 speed that Vader's getting. So he's going to go first. We can't attack CLS, guys. We can't attack CLS. We'll show off some other speed here, too. Palpatine is at 199, so he's got that speed as well. And we're going to get turn meter when we're placing debuffs with Sith and Sith and First Order. No, just Sith and Empire allies. So let's let's do this. Now, I want to look one more time. I want to make sure I understand this right. He gains 10% turn meter whenever another rebel ally takes damage. So if he's at 197, let's just say Vader goes first. That's going to add 20. That puts him at 218, so we're still out in front. However, let's see here. Whenever Luke inflicts a debuff, so we don't want to hit Luke because he'll counter and inflict a debuff, and there could be more turn meters, so we want to avoid that. And as a leader, whenever an enemy resistant detrimental effect, so one of his allies could be countering and trying to put a debuff on us, and if we resist, it'll give more turn meter. So we want to attack one of his allies that he's going to gain turn meter when we do damage, okay, unless there's an evasion. We want to attack somebody that's not going to try to put a debuff on us, which means one of these two guys. So probably Stormtrooper Han, because his basic does not put debuffs, right? But he can gain turn meter that has high damage variance. Let's take a look at these basics with these counters in case they do counter. Deal physical damage and gain potency up. I don't really want him to gain potency up. And then Chupio is going to deal physical damage and inflict evasion down. We don't want to debuff inflict on us. We're going to try to hit Stormtrooper Han. R2 can counterattack and stun you, so we don't want that. So this is tricky. This is tricky. We're going to give some turn meter to Stormtrooper Han, possibly, but we got to get out in front. We've got to fracture CLS. If we don't fracture CLS, we have no chance, but our speed gives us the opportunity to do that. If we didn't have these guys so fast, we would not even have that opportunity. So let's be careful to watch CLS's turn meter. He's pretty close to Palpatine. He's not close to Thrawn. We need Thrawn to go first. So let's see here. We're not going to do Vader's AoE because that's going to hit everybody. It'll give Luke 50% more turn meter when it hits everybody. Don't do that. But we got out in front. Now we can fracture CLS. Boom. Take him out of the battle. We also have an ability block on Han, so he can't taunt right now, and that's a good thing. So let's think of where we want this damage to go. We're going to stun everyone, but we want extra damage from Sith Trooper to go toward Chupio to try to get him out of the battle. So let's go. There's some damage on Chupio, and he loads up and AoEs us. That's painful, boys and girls. I don't think Luke is going to gain this turn meter while he's fractured. Let's go ahead and do this, and we're going to AoE everybody. We're going to get an assist from Sith Trooper for sure, because we're going to get a crit somewhere. We didn't get any crits. I'm going to ability block old Ben, so he'll ability block our entire team. We don't want that to happen. Now I'm going to put, this is difficult. I'm going to put shock over on Stormtrooper Han, so he can't taunt. Then we're going to stun Chupio. I'm going to stun R2, so he can't stun us, or, well, we might want to go after R2 and get rid of, all right. This is going well. So we've got Old Ben down. Let's go ahead and take Old Ben out. Get him out of the battle. Okay. Now, let's ability block Chupio. See if we can get a crit. We got a crit, so we got extra damage. Okay. Now let's start spreading some shocks around. With shocks, we didn't get a shock there. But we got a lot of damage on Chupio. And one more shot. Gets him out. Chupio gone. Chupio down. Now, where do we want to go? We used that stun from Kylo. But he's kind of wavering on the health and protection right now. I'm going to go back to Kylo and get him some protection recovery. And we're going to hit Stormtrooper Han with a basic. Hopefully get a, yeah, there's that crit. Boom, extra damage. Okay, now this basic would give him speed up, but he can't gain buffs when he's shocked. So we'll use that over there. Now we got to be careful because CLS now is going, and believe it or not, CLS by himself can probably wreck our entire team if he really gets going. So we got to be careful here. Those dots are going to kill Stormtrooper Han. Let's get a shock on CLS. There we go. We got a couple shocks. Sith Trooper's about to die. That's not good. I want to keep that shock on CLS so he can't gain buffs. Let's try for some stuns. We lost our big damage dealers there. So see, look at CLS just going off on our team, man. I'd like to get another fracture on him if I can. I'm gonna be able to kill R2 here. Let's kill him and get, okay. This isn't super. This isn't super, guys. Okay, here we go. Fracture. We got around to the fracture. You can see how dangerous Commander Luke Skywalker is, guys. You can see what he can do to your team if we don't get out in front of him. But that is what our speed, the speed on Thrawn specifically, and on Vader too, just because Vader has taken so many turns, that speed on Thrawn and not doing the AoE at the beginning allowed us to get out in front of CLS and be able to fracture him. And kept him fractured for most of the battle. You could very clearly see if he had not been fractured, he would have wrecked our entire team. We would have lost to CLS by himself. He would have taken us out and ended our day. And guys, that is what speed can do for you in Arena. It's going to work for all your teams. If you're running this Bastila squad, you want as much speed on Bastila and Grandmaster Yoda as possible. Put damage on Anakin and Ahsoka, but load these two guys up with speed as much as you can to get them going. Now, as soon as Grandmaster Yoda starts taking turns, he's going to keep feeding himself Terminator and going over and over again. So that's something to keep in mind. You saw what the speed on Vader did when we faced those Rebels and Jedi and had all the Sith and Empire in our team. Here you want Dooku with speed. Let's take a look at what this guy's... See, he has no mods on. You can't do that, guys. You can't go into Arena with no mods on a character. What in the world? NOOCH almost wants to spend 50 energy here and just destroy this team. This is... I don't care how good your Vader is. What is going on? So this guy's level 85. Is he trying to sneak into... I don't know what he's doing, because you do that for Grand Arena, you're stuck with no mods. Well, I can crush this team tomorrow, guys. We're going to head out. Hopefully this speed has helped you see what you're doing. I want to show you one more thing here, guys. NOOCH is at level 81, and at level 81 in the Fleet Arena store, NOOCH is now getting Zetas. So we're going to start building up Zetas so that when we get to level 84, we can load up Vader with his Merciless Massacre Zeta, guys. The best Zeta in the game. Best Zeta in the game. If you face a Merciless Massacre and it's gone off against you, you know exactly what happens. It's a Culling Blade followed by... Excuse me, it's a Force Crush followed by a Culling Blade followed by a bunch of hits followed by more Force Crush, another Culling Blade. It's just ridiculous. He just wrecks your whole team. That'll be level 84 because we got to get there. And then we're also going to get Palpatine's Leader Zeta here, which is going to give... It's level 82, so we'll be there pretty soon. Might be able to get that quicker than the other one. When a debuff expires, we gain... So it's just going to get a Terminator train rolling for our team over and over again. So guys, excited to get to the Zetas. We'll come back in the next couple of videos. We'll show you all the gear you need to get. Because right now, we're solidly in the gear crunch to get Commander Kylo. We got our first order guys in place. We're going to start going after gear. And we'll show you also how NOOCH is doing in Fleet Arena as well. We're getting crystals in both Fleet Arena. We're getting 50 crystals a day in Fleet Arena and 75 a day in Squad Arena. Those crystals are huge for refreshes, guys, and really big for farming this early in the game. And while you guys are going about getting those crystals and Zetas, getting your speed mods up so you can succeed in Squad Arena, because you're going to need them all the way through the end of the game. They never let up. Guys, while you're doing that, always... oh! Remember, NOOCH too good. Of course you enjoyed laying witness to this video. Subscribe here on Lord Vader. Watch another video over here. Remember, NOOCH too good.